All right, this is Rick DeLove. I'm going to break down. Let's do a pilot. Cheers to this. All right, the year is 2012 in Seattle, Washington. It starts off with you just wake up and you're doing coffee and blah blah blah, getting all that, getting dubong hits and dabs was new, so you want to put that in the synchro, and then it shows the day that we show up and let me explain what the baby is. The baby is what you carry 5 pounds worth of weed in. It was I'm not even sure if that was the legal limit that we had because I had a 3 pound limit on my license, but I had employees at that point in time. But needless to say, the baby was loaded. It was lit. We had it was very enjoyable to do this job, and I want to say this that this was one of the best experiences in the world. So let's say it is, I believe, Saturday fucking morning, and I show up and I get out the car and walk up, and you get to see all the vendors get out because we have to get out at the same time in a weird way and unload into a parking lot into the back door of the Northwest Cannabis Market in Seattle, Washington. We would all be in the same parking lot. It's It was crazy. It was crazy. I remember it because it was in Rat City, Washington, and we had one alley, and there was another alley, and Dave would protect us. Dave was a homeless person, homeless Dave, and Dave would take care of us because we were on Murder Alley, a street over that was a Rape Alley, and I'm glad we didn't have to do business on Rape Alley, if you know what I'm saying. So Dave would help us out every day. We'd say, "Hey, what's up, Dave? What's going on?" And he'd be acting, like he was just lucky a tooth wouldn't fall out, to tell you the fucking truth. So you walk in with your baby, you get out of your car, you with the baby, you look somebody, hey, how you doing? You with the head nod. You saw all your vendors. There's probably about 30 or 40 of us at this time, and then so we come up, and you see somebody, and I was friends with a lot of people, so I just loved them. And I remember I would make like things like, "Hey, we're gonna eat some street meat today," because it's Saturday, man. The street meat's out there, baby. Let's get some street meat. Creepy as fuck. But that's what that was like a big kind of prize on my day. So as I'm walking in, I get in and I sit down on my baby and stuff. And there's been a lot of shit that was happening in this month of what we're talking about. Let me back up a little bit and tell you a little bit. First of all, we're all vendors that actually have a license to do this legally in the state of Washington. We would actually, as we walked to, the cops would come by and they would tip their hat to us and say, "Keep on going, keep it moving." And homeless Dave would say, "Yeah." And that was our lifestyle. There was about 30 to 50 of us. Not even that. In the beginning, there was honestly, it's like 12 of us. Not even, barely, we just like 3 days a week. And it built into a 2 location, 7 days a week. I wish I could have said Empire, but So let me get back to Saturday. So this Saturday we coming in, and we would all have our own little tables. There was a room that actually had vendors all around the outside, each having a table or a booth. And then there was a circle in the middle that would have tables for vendors. I was right in the middle. I was one of the ones that was coming up and trying to make my way to the edge. What does that mean? We don't fucking know. We just think that is the goal. The guys at the edge, they were established. It seemed like they got to have their back to the wall. If you get what I'm saying, these guys were everybody was different. I loved it. The biggest thing about it was I saw a lot of me and a lot of people, and I saw a lot of my friends and these people, and they weren't these guys. Let me just say for the record, they weren't the biggest gangsters in the city. Let me just say that. But not saying that it was by any means. I'm a bartender for 20 years, blah, blah, blah. But these guys were patients, and people would take care of their family and bartenders. It was like normal, very normal, not sketch to me at all. So let's get back to Saturday. Ready? You guys all with me? So it's Saturday. We come in, and there's been some animosity because earlier in the week, what happened was these guys sit next to each other. And after you sit after 8 hours and you're smoking weed and sometimes the conflicting interest. And so one of the characters actually wait, what happened? Wait, let me back down. So this was just on that they took their keys and just misplaced it and hid them from them as they sat next to him, and as they were looking for him, they laughed at them, and then they put the keys back where they were and went, uh-huh. You would think that would be just a small little thing that nobody would care about, but it was pretty big. So what happened was, this is some shit. The one that got, not the one who said, but the one who, no, I'm sorry, the other way around. He said, fuck that, and he stole the other dude's car and moved it in retaliation. And so the guy who did the, he actually went out there and he, that's funny as shit. Couldn't find his car, was freaked out, and there's a lot of drama and acting, and I'm eating some street meat because, I love street meat. This is a great day, just watching every day. Well, so back to it, meat on a stick. Let me just say, I will eat almost anything on a stick, which is disgusting. If I go to another country, I'll probably die. And this is actually being said now after, but meat on a stick used to be delicious. Now I'm not fucking with it. So back to this. So I'm eating meat on the stick, and these guys are fucking bullshitting on this stuff, and the tension was high. And so instead of getting the blows, I come in on Saturday day, and I talk to and we're like, hey, maybe I don't know what's going on. These guys are fucking angry and stuff. For some reason, I kind of was in tune with everybody, And then somehow the idea of Nerf guns came in. I don't know how this comes in. It is 7:10 in the morning. I'm in a hallway, and somebody says, I'm going to get, and they pull out a Nerf gun. And this place was not known for guns. Or it was known for guns, but there was not supposed to be any guns. That's probably a better way to say it, And so this girl punch out. I'm like, hey, man, what's up with that? Hey, bro. Hey, what is that shit? And he's like, hey, man, I think I might just go. So I'm like, you can't do that shit. You can't do that shit. What are you talking about? You can't do that shit. I'm like cracking, and I'm like, what the fuck up, And at the same time, I'm also going, this Black Widow is fucking sick, man. I'm just like, this is sick, But put that Nerf gun away. What are you doing? He's like, I might just shoot that guy in the face. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Now, what happened next? I'm not sure how to explain it, but there was a tension that was built up, and so, the owner of the place comes over and we're talking, and something happens. And I'm right there. I'm very high at the time. There's a lot of smoke and stuff. It's probably in the dab room, and it's getting, somehow we negotiate for Nerf War Day just to get the tension out for some reason. I don't know how. I'm there. And so one side already had like two or three Nerf guns, right? And so the other side, how there's two sides, because I'm in the middle. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what's going on, but there's sides. This side gets a pool together for $200, and all of a sudden, we go and buy out all the Nerf weaponry. Is that a word? Is that right? Like assault weapons? It's crazy. And there's machine guns, sniper rifles, shotguns, Nerf shotguns, Tommy guns, and one nigga had a fucking bow, had a bow and arrow. It was horrible. It got crazy. So they had all this shit. Oh man, I'm gonna just have to, just calm down for a second. So after the lunch and street meet, I'm like, this is really going to go down. We're really going to do this. This is really going down. Really going down. So there was some kind of, so the weaponry on both sides. I don't know how there were sides. I'm in the middle, in the island, chilling with my People's Champs medicated juice, sipping. and this shit's brewing around me. I don't know what's going on, but I'm loving it. Strawberry lemonade. And as I'm doing this, I'm just thinking, wow, because I got 10 on a popper. I got $10 for just this little pullback popper, just one pop. This motherfucker, he got a machine gun. He got a Tommy gun. Homeboy, I don't even want to tell you about the Mexicans. They got shotguns, man. They had shotguns straight up. They were just ready to do this shit. It was crazy. So it gets down to that. We close at 7. At 6 o'clock, it is on. And so we did the 420 gong, and there was a lot of everybody smiling, and it was beautiful. And then patients were coming in, and they're buying their beef jerky and medicated beef jerky, and people were taking medicated chocolates and just really enjoying the environment. Somebody came in a wheelchair and did like a big dab and stuff. That's awesome. It's all great. And I'm sitting next to Ritter. It just gets, just like, oh, it's going to get crazy. This shit's going to be crazy. I have a feeling. He got a popper. I got a popper. When I say popper, we had one popper. Shut the fuck up, John G. Shut up. Sorry, that's my dog. He freaks out, and he's a little cute dog, but, he's just, yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, I love that dog. So let me get back to this crazy story. So, wait. All right. So it is 5:55. I got my popper. Mike got his popper. We are fully into our a good zone of being medicated and liberated, and we don't know what's going to happen next. What happens in the next 5 minutes is just incredible. It's like a slow motion time zone of stuff that just thinks. But soon as the clock ticks, do, 6. I think there was a horn. And then at some point, a barrage of Nerf darts went from both sides, like arrows in a Spartan movie, and I'm in the middle on this island, and I remember just looking up at it and seeing them shoot across the light. It was amazing to see, and as this was happening, nobody told the patients that this Nerf war was about to motherfucking happen. So I remember there was this dude, let's call him Keith. Keith had long hair, he had kind of just cool white guy. He's walking through, and he was probably there his third time. And so as you walk through this stuff, it's usually pretty amazing. Keith walked in at 6:01 seconds. And it was a slow motion thing. I remember as he looked over to me in the center, the side over there shot a dart, and it went right past him in slow motion. So slow, but he was so entrenched at what I was showing him. He never saw the dart. Oh, right past him. It was amazing. Just to let you know. So in this event, there was a lot of pent-up frustration that gets to get out. You have to play music that sounds like the Transporter. There was a lot of rolling from, let me tell you, the Mexicans fucking they didn't play. I love when I say Mexicans because they're Mexicans, and I love Mexicans, and they're just Mexicans. But those cats had the shotguns, and they were doing some drop and roll shit in this thing that was out. It was like, if you didn't recognize what was going on, I know that shit, but just understand that it was some tight shit. It was some tight shit. So that being said, I don't know whoever won. I can't say that there was somebody got the gold, but for that experience, for all of us as vendors, doing something in 2012, just really making something for the patients, making it for America. This Nerf war was lit. It was something that changed the dynamic of who we are at that market. After this, there was less beef because we were actually just kind of more of a family. But the biggest thing about it was crazy that as it went down seamlessly because we were all on the same table, all on the same page. So on that, I'm Rick DeLove, and that's the story that's never supposed to be said from the Northwest Cannabis Market. And I'm Rick DeLove.